Hey everybody. So here I am again. I keep saying I wasn't going to do another video, but I will be doing future videos, but I wasn't going to do another video today, but it seems to be that the last message I did on the sun message, which was all is well, there seems to be more from the sun that feels like it keeps wanting to come through. Um, so the message I keep getting tonight was around, well, there were two messages actually. The one message that kept coming through was to do with reminding us all to start stepping into our roles. So whether that resonates with anybody, it's up to you. Like I've said before, take it as you will. Remember that these messages may not resonate with everyone, but there may be some people out there that need to hear it. So I guess stepping into our roles is, for a lot of us, for a long time, have probably held back and been afraid to share any knowledge or any spiritual knowledge or learnings that we have, that we know we've had or have, and have been too afraid to step out and share that knowledge. So the message I keep getting, and I'm getting goosebumps on my head because I was one of those people too. I knew things and could feel things, but for the most part, I didn't know how to put it into words. So we'd get a lot of messages and feel things and see things in a certain way, but for some of us, we didn't know how to even convey it. And for some of us, putting things into words was pretty hard, especially if you were someone that was shy and had to find your voice. So the message tonight, they were saying that it's time for us to step up and step into the roles that we've come here to do. And so obviously you have the role that you've chosen, and a lot of learnings and a lot of healing and so forth on your path. But there are those of us out there that need to start sharing the knowledge and the wisdom that we do have, and not to be afraid. And I keep getting goosebumps on my head every time I say it. So don't be afraid. They're saying that we need to start doing it. It's time to step up, and it's time to show yourself. Oh, the goosebumps won't stop. It's time to shine your light. So hopefully that may help somebody. And in regards to the sun message, I kept feeling like after I did that video, I was like, oh, didn't really go into talking about how to feel it. Because for me, it isn't like, if you can't, like for me, I'm not gonna like decipher everything and try and split things up into like little bits and pieces of explanations, because for me, if I start dissecting everything, then we're going to start getting into the head, that you're not going to feel the message, because at the end of the day, it's feeling it. It's not trying to work it out in the brain and in the mind. So around the sun, and it feels like the sun, yeah, I'm getting, oh, my back of my head's getting really hot. It's the sun, obviously, is the source of all life. But it feels like the sun wants us to know even more now how important it is to start tuning into him or feeling him. And I do refer to him as him, because for me the sun does feel masculine. So it feels like the sun is wanting us to feel him more. Um, and if you can't, if you're somewhere and physically you can't see the sun, if there is something happening in your part of the world or your environment and you can't physically see the sun, or you can't, we all know what the sun feels like, we know what the sun looks like, and we know how we can feel that warmth, like we can feel it. When we're in the sun, we can feel the warmth. So they're wanting you to remember to go to that feeling of what it feels like. And next time, okay, I'll stick with this one first. It's going to the feeling of what it feels like, because when you feel it, you can feel all that warmth, and you go deeper into the feeling. And at the end of the day, the sun is like, there's huge support there, there's unconditional love, there's power, there's strength, and that's what he's bringing in to help you to remember who you are, that you have that source of life there to back you up and to give you the support and strength that you need. And whether that makes sense for anybody or not, I'm not sure, but I'm just going to keep going with the flow. So it's important for those out there that can't, like, some people need to be in an environment, like they need to see it physically, feel it, the sun on their skin, and then they can go from there. But there are some people out there that are probably, and more than likely, in areas or places where they don't have that access as such. And it feels like the sun keeps saying to visualize him and go into that space of feeling him in, whether you have to visualize him, and then go from there. And then honestly, when you start to go into that energy, then you can feel the warmth, and that you can feel the power and the strength of the sun, because they keep wanting to remind you that you are more than just a human. And like we've said before, you're living out a human experience, but it feels like now more than ever you need to start remembering that you are also a soul, having a soul journey as well, and coming in here to play out whatever roles that your soul's chosen to play out. But over the last 2 days, it seems to be that the sun is wanting us to remember him more. And yesterday, when I was talking about the sun, I kept seeing, like, like when you see a door, but it's like this big, round, obviously, like the sun glowing ball. And it was like I could see people walking towards it, like it was there, just this huge giver of life. And another thing they wanted you to remember was that the sun is selfless, just like nature. It's like the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, absolutely selfless. And because I was saying, well, what if these videos aren't going to reach anybody? Like, what if I'm just making them and they're blooming, and they're like, just trust it. And they were saying to me to remember that the sun is selfless. Nature is selfless. They don't wait around for how many likes or how many subscribers they're going to get. They just do it. And that's just them doing it, giving it, unconditional love. And that's what the plant kingdom for me is. Nature, it's unconditional love. And I feel like I'm going off track. But anyway, and there was another message, and I'm not sure if it'll resonate with anybody, but it was to do with around the sun. And if you're in a place where you feel imprisoned in some degree, or whether it's actually prison, and the sun for you may not be as accessible as it is for us that are out out here. They want you to remember to return to the sun. I kept hearing return to the sun, and that you know the sun, and it's time to return to him. Whether that resonates with anybody. So it's just, when we start to like step into those roles, remember who you are. And like I've said, there's ancient wisdom in there. You look back in ancient civilizations and ancient cultures and ancient times and whatever, the sun was paramount. The sun was worshipped. The sun was important. We've just in a time now where I guess, we are in the time that we're meant to be in, but it is time to start remembering who you are and to step into those roles. And hopefully this may make some sense, but I'm just going to go with the flow. Because for me too, doing these videos is a learning for me. It's taking me out of my comfort zone, and they're reminding me that it's time to start sharing and stop keeping everything away. Okay, so hopefully somebody resonates with it, and it helps them in some way. Like, remember, you're not alone. Man, like, go to the sun and feel him. Just feel him. It's like these huge big hugs just being wrapped up in the most powerful energy of love. And it's there, like, but for me, when I look at my plants, I can feel unconditional love. When I go into I have days where I start to feel like a bit down or whatever, or a bit lonely or whatever it is, I'll come back to nature for me, or animals. It could be just anything that you resonate with that'll help bring you back to you. And I will go on about nature, and I will go on about the earth, and I will go on about other things that we can tap into, like the sun, and just know that you're not alone. And it's time to step up, and don't be afraid. Okay, just, you can do it. Okay, so that was the message. And yeah, if you need to chat or you need someone to talk to, then just reach out. Okay, so that was that. Have a good night. Obviously the sun's not shining because it's night time, but anyway, wanted to pass it on, and hopefully it might help you. Okay, remember the sun, the source of all life, is there. Okay. Okay, well, have a good night, have a good day wherever you are, and be brave, find peace, and be peace, and come back to who you are, and know that unconditional love is who you are underneath everything. All the other layers is a source of love. You are the source of love. Okay? Okay then. Heaps of love. See ya.